Welcome to the Bull, the Bear, and the Ugly podcast, your no-nonsense guide to the markets. Subscribe, join the community, and get ready to dive into real talk and real market insights. Let's get started.
Welcome to the Bull, the Bear, and the Ugly. Wow, what a day we had today. We had Palantir release earnings last night. In the post-market, Palantir was trading around 522. Absolutely cabooshed. Palantir closed 180 below 190, 189, down over right now down about a little over 9%, close to 9%. We saw the tech stocks get absolutely cabooshed here. Avago down over 2%, 2.9%. Let's see here. We got Nvidia down 4.6%. Apple bucked the trend up on the day. Of all the indexes, the Nasdaq down over 2%. S&P is down 1.2. We saw the Russell down 1.6, and we saw the Dow only down 0.4%. Early today, we saw the markets push down to 67.95 early in the morning, then rallied about 50 points. Unbelievable setups, and I'll show you that off the 30 and 60 minute time frame. Great patterns on all day long. On the bigger time frames, we saw gold get absolutely cabooshed, down 1.7%, down 71. Remember, the high-end gold was 43.91, got absolutely cabooshed. A lot of great patterns, so let's get right to it here. Okay, here's the push down here on the opening. We got the rally right after the opening, right up around 10:30, 11 o'clock. The S&Ps were trading 68.48. I said, let them have them. Unbelievable. What a short. You're getting the push up here into the negative MACD on the 30 minute, the negative MACD on the 60 minute time frame here. You can see when you get that push up like that, you can see that the negative MACDs here on the 60, the ADXs are rising, the big selling pressure, ADX rising, big selling pressure, a monster short on the spiders. And then when the QQQs reverse to sell on the 30-minute time frame, now correlating with its 15 and 60-minute. Look at this monster short here. The Q's above 696.90. Never look back. Look at the drop here. Unbelievable short. When you see a price pushing up like that, and you got the big selling pressure, ADX is rising on both the 30 and 60. Look at the negative MACD. You got to be kidding me. It's a monster short. Let's look at the IWMs here today. Big pattern here. When the 30 minutes reversed to buy here, you can see the ADX was rising. The 60 minute was still negative. Look at the 15 here, still negative. So even though the 30 reversed to buy, you're still in a sell disconnect here, right? And when you got this push up here, you can see the push up into the negative MACD. And then when the 30-minute reversed to sell, now you go into what's called a negative trend. The 30 correlated with the 15 and the 60-minute. Look at the bounces here at 2:30 on the 15. Here's one, here's two. And then when you look to do the 5-minute reverses to sell, it correlates with the 15, 30, and 60. Here's one short, here's two short off the 5, here's 3, okay, here's 4, here's 5, and then here's 6. And as we're getting, and here's 7 if you want to. So the double red short gave really great shorts. Now, when you have the ADXs rising on the 30 and the 60-minute time frames, you just let them have them. Let them have them. It's an unbelievable short, right? When those ADXs are rising, the negative MACDs, the big selling pressure I just showed you, and you got a 5-minute reversing to sell, which gives you a double red, unbelievable short. Let's look at Palantir. You want to talk about the stock that traded ferociously today? When Palantir opened, gapped down, and pushed up, look at it push up into the negative MACD here on the 15-minute time frame. You can see even on the 30-minute, the MACDs are negative like this. The 30-minute reversing to sell, right? Big shorts. ADX is rising. Big selling pressure. Look at the 60-minute time frame. Reversing to sell right here at 10:30. What do you look to do? Every bounce, here's a bounce into the negative MACDs on the 15. ADX rising, another bounce here. Look at this, 193, kabooshed, down 4. Now, when Palantir reverses to sell on the 15-minute time frame, you go into sell disconnect. to a negative trend again. That's right, a negative trend. The 15 reverses the sell. It correlates with the 30 and the 15. What do you look to do? You short every bounce. Boom, here's one, and then here's going to be two tomorrow. But this pattern right here, above 192.50, boom, kabooshed, almost $5 there. Really great pattern. And if you want to see what a double red short looks like, well, here it is. 5-minute time frame reverses the sell, correlating with the 30, 15, 30, and 60. What do you look to do? You short the first bounce here on the 5-minute time frame, and you can see the drop of almost $2. We saw gold today down 1.7%. We saw the GLDs reverse the sell on the 30 and 60-minute time frame. Here's the 30-minute kabooshed here, okay, right here. Here's the 30-minute reversing, right? You can see the ADX rising. What a monster bear flag I called. Gold traded all the way down to 39.36, rallied up to 39.85. And I said, this gold is setting up a monster short into the negative MACDs on the 30-minute time frame. Look at the 15 got overbought into the negative MACD. The 30s got overbought. Absolutely kabooshed. Look at this. Look at the 60-minute time frame. Gold dropped about 40 in no time. Look at this. The 60s reversed to sell. The negative MACD, the push up into the negative MACD. Good Lord God, the patterns were so freaking clear. It was unbelievable. Then you can see here as well, when the 15 reversed to sell, you can, at 145, what do you look to do? At 145, you look for shorts on the 15 and or the 5-minute. Every 5-minute bounce on gold from 145 was a short. Here it is. I call this monster short here on the gold. Let me just go back to gold futures. I'll just show you here. You can see the gold futures. Here was a short here at 345 above 51.5. I called this short here above 53. Okay, look at this pattern. This is the first bounce on the 5-minute time frame after the GLDs and gold reversed to sell on its 15, correlating with the 30 and 60. The patterns were amazing today. Amazing. Let's look at Nvidia. Nvidia got absolutely kabooshed here. Oops, sorry. NVDA, reversing to sell on its 30 and 60-minute time frame. ADX is rising. You see the negative MACDs like this, the push up. This push up at 10 o'clock. I couldn't believe what I was seeing, getting overbought into the negative MACDs, the big selling pressure, the ADX is rising. I'm like, oh my Lord, this is Christmas in November. It's unbelievable. All right, here's another short here, here's another short here, here's another short here. Nvidia absolutely kabooshed off the highs. You can see here, and you can see the 5-minute time frames. Every rally was a monster short. Here's a double red short again. Here's the short. Look at this short. Beautiful. 202.30, kabooshed. Here's another short. When you have those ADXs rising on the 30-minute and the 15, not the 60s, but the MACDs negative. Look at these MACDs negative on the 60 right here. Look at these negative MACDs here, right? Look at the 30-minute ADX rising. Look at this monster short here, monster short. You can see the ADX is rising, big selling pressure. You had nothing but negative on Nvidia, especially when it reversed to sell on the 10 o'clock bar. Absolutely kabooshed here. Look at Avago here. Avago, another one, pushes up today here. You can see Avago in a negative trend, but when the 15-minute reversed to sell right here, you can see the buy disconnect on the push up. And then when Avago reversed to sell at 11:30, it correlated with its 15, 30, and 60. Look at this monster bear flag. Overbought into that negative MACD, 359.70. Absolutely kabooshed north of $6. So basically, what I'm showing you here now, okay, Tesla reversing to sell on the 30 and 60-minute time frame. Tesla closed near the lows. When all these big time frames reverse like that, you look to short the bounces. These were phenomenal patterns across the board. It was, I say this wholeheartedly, it was Christmas in November. Bitcoin absolutely slaughtered. Bitcoin's now below I just got to show you this Bitcoin really quick here. Bitcoin is now below 100,000. Okay, look at this, Bitcoin below 100,000. Look at this beautiful short on Bitcoin right here on the 230 time period. Look at the Bitcoin right here. You can see the ADX is rising on the 30. Look at the 60-minute ADX rising here. Here's the push up, boom, 104,000. Never look back. Bitcoin is down over 7,000 points here. Bitcoin's getting absolutely kabooshed. Here's the double red short in Bitcoin at the end of the day. That means that the 5-minute time frame again reverses to sell on indicator 4, lines up with the 15, 30, and 60. What do you look to do? You short the first bounce on the 5-minute. Here's the 1, here's the 2, and never looks back. Look at this Bitcoin. Look at this, below 99,000, going to 75,000, but we'll get there. As this is exactly what I'm going to tell you is going to happen with the S&Ps. I think the market's going to get absolutely kabooshed here, but time will tell. Okay? All right. Okay, when I get back, I'll tell you what I expect for tomorrow. So I do see, even though AMD is down now almost $8, I do expect the market, if we do gap down, I do expect rallies to be sold. I think market's going to make lower highs. I'm expecting to see if these 30 and 60-minute time frames can get into deep single digits. Okay, right now the spiders and the Qs are in the 25 to 15 range on the overbought oscillator on the 60, and we're in the 25 and 39 range on the 30-minute time frames. When I say single digits, anything under 10. So if we do get a push down and S&Ps get down to like the 67, 60, 67, 30, 50, 30 range, then I would probably look for to take, again, to scalp the long if you're intraday trading. But if you're a long-term investor, I told you I would be in cash. I would wait for those gaps to get filled before I go back into the market. And then I would be looking to go buy names like Nvidia, Broadcom, and the Qs, etc. However, with AMD down here now, down 8 off, and SMCI is down 4 from the close. I think there's a good chance that we're gonna get kabooshed here. So we'll look for some oversold. I think the volatility is back here. It was amazing. Gold dropped sharply from the 39.75 all the way down to 39.36, then rallied up to 39.85, then back down to 39.45. It's an unbelievable day. Unbelievable. All right, when I get back, I want to talk to you about the importance of consistency. So being in the market now for over 43 years, it is really important to understand the true value and understanding the consistency factor. Being consistent, today, so many people hit their goals and stop, watched, learned, and listened, and that to me is music to my ears. When you have something of that nature going on, to me, it's nothing greater than the ability for all of you to be consistent, to be able to see the market, learn. I had a person who I never met in my entire life today. I gave him a 7-day free trial. Today was his first day. He made $5,000 just following my ideas, my trades, my patterns. And this is what brings me the greatest joy in the world, to be able to help people who I've never met in my life. And so many people, this is why I built SK Trading, to teach people the meaning of trading and to tell the people out there who say it's impossible to day trade the market. Well, good luck. I'm doing this for over 43 years, so I hope that resonates with all of you. With that being said, thank you for joining me tonight on The Bull, the Bear, and the Ugly. Please hit the subscribe button. Please leave a comment. Also, please join my community of traders from all around the world. My website is sktrading.live. Also, if you like to follow me on social media, please follow me on official Stephen Kalayjian on X, Instagram, and TikTok. Well, I'll be streaming tonight from 8 to 10. If you go to My Fund of Futures YouTube, or if you go to SK Trading YouTube, you'll be able to follow me there from 8 to 10. Also, if you'd like to reach out to me, I give out my cell phone number. You can text me. My cell phone number is 914-500-7484. With that being said, God bless you. Have a great night. I hope to see you tonight. And God bless the United States of America. Good night, everybody.
Thanks for tuning in to the Bull, the Bear, and the Ugly podcast, your no-nonsense guide to the markets. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe at sktrading.live. We'd love for you to rate, review, and join our community for more real talk and market insights. Until next time, keep trading and stay sharp.